Hey guys, and welcome to the next edition of Foreclosure Friday. Today we are here in Crossroads, Texas, sometimes labeled Aubrey, but we're looking at this new foreclosure. It's right behind me here. Address is 8929 Tucker. This is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home, 2,144 square feet. Is listed for $290,000, and you know that's a little bit less than what the homes are going for in the area. So let's go on in here. Let's have a look at it. Let's see what we can find. Haven't been in the house yet, so this will be interesting. Let's go on in. All right. Oh, this is interesting. Well, the first thing that we see when we come on in is you can look down here at the bottom and all around the house. This has been cut out. Not sure what the ultimate reason is for this. Typically when we see this, this is water damage that has happened somehow. And there could have been some discoloration, there could have been something like that. And what will happen is preservation companies will come in, they'll cut everything out, including, you can see they took out the insulation. They did leave, wiring and stuff like that. But they will pull it all out. So we'll find out where this was. That's probably one reason why it's priced where it's at. You can see that, they pulled out the flooring too, which is not atypical for a foreclosure. Sometimes the carpet's so messy or filthy and unfortunately smelly that happens. Let's see if we can get some lights on. We got some lights in here. Typically I do bring in a flashlight to foreclosures, and you can see this may be where our damage originally started, probably upstairs. You can see some plumbing right here that looks to have been redone. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's where our issue started. Doesn't look like this was necessarily a roof issue. Looks like this was a plumbing problem. And you can see they pulled it all the way out, all the way over here. Still left your can lighting in there. So, yeah, water got down on the floor, got down to these other areas. We're gonna get some lights on in here, see if we can do this. Well, if we can have some lights. Let's see what we can find. That's that one. Yep, they don't have the lights on for this part. Probably don't have light bulbs in there. So here's our sink. Looks like we've been winterized, and if you guys have watched my channel before, you know that that is pushing all the water out of the pipes and turning the water off at the street for cold weather like this. And actually right now in Texas, it's getting down to the low 20s today and this week. So this is something that's not, doesn't happen that often. And it's just to prevent against any bursting pipes or anything like that. So it looks like the appliances are original. Probably want to replace those. Missing the vent cover there on the microwave. And again, all our flooring. And this is all paint. This looks like right here, this is mud and dirt and water damage. Okay, coming on into the kitchen or the living room from the kitchen. Yeah, and you can see right here, they stopped cutting everything. So the water damage was stuck on this side of the house. Another thing we'll see a lot in foreclosures or, bank-owned properties is people, for some reason, forget to take off their painter's edging tape when they repaint their home. So here looks to be a wood-burning fireplace. There's no access for gas there. Come on back up here to the front. I wonder what they did here, if we can see. Oh yeah, they cut all that out. So that's in the closet. Half bathroom here. So Here we are, we're back up to the front door here. Let's walk on back through and let's go see what we can find in the garage and the backyard before we head on upstairs. Well, no lights in here. You can see here's the hot water heater. Looks to be the original unit. Typical electrical panel there. 2-car garage. This garage door looks busted. We do see this a lot. It's like it's off the tracks down here. You can see coming off and the sensor's broken off there. So that's something you would have to do. Keep in mind, foreclosures, they sell these as is. In Texas, there are no required disclosures. Obviously, if the agent knows something, they're supposed to be disclosing it, but there's no requirement on the owners, the bank, to share anything. Let's look on in here, right inside the garage, laundry room. So let's see what's out this way. Here's backyard. Okay, let's go check this out real quick. See what we find. Well, again, more things that you'll find in a foreclosure. Broken fence. The siding looks to be pretty good. We got some grass and everything on it, which tells me the backyard was probably pretty high when they came in here and mowed it. That's usually what happens there, is the grass gets thrown up onto the siding. That's broken. It's not a gate, that's just a open doorway there. Let's see what we got here. You know, you could probably use a little exterior paint. There's a hole in the roof right there, part of the problem. You know, and I would recommend coming out here and getting a roofer to have a look at this house too. Even though I think you may just have a plumbing problem, it could be the roof. And that's one inspection I would, recommend doing. So let's go on in, let's go back upstairs. All right, here we are. We're up on the upstairs landing. When we look to the left, let's see, you got attic access there, so your furnace system's probably up there. All the carpeting's gone. Come look at one of the bedrooms here. Looks like there's little damage up here, not much. You'll see some of this a lot. Broken doors. Here's another thing. On your windowsills, looks like some water got in. You can see some water spots like right there. And that's just dried old caulk. And, you'll see something like this with some holes in the sheetrock. Pretty typical things. But the roof issue, roof/plumbing, and the, those issues are not typical for these, and it's definitely something you would want to take into consideration. A roof on this house could go $12,000, $15,000 or more, depending on what you do. So, here we go. Looks like they don't have the they have it set to cool still. And I don't know if that's going to really help them this week with the cold weather coming in. It's supposed to get down into the 20s all week here. So again, pretty similar to the other bedroom. Nothing really too atypical here. Let's come in here. Looks like this is original work. So, you probably want to replace some of this stuff, do some updating if you want to. If you're doing everything else, you might as well. You got another broken door. And looks like that's where the carpet was coming on down. We do have some water damage in here. See right there. So, if you remember correctly, we're down in the kitchen, and we're right above the kitchen right now. So some of the plumbing problem must have been right here. There's nothing on the ceilings. So this issue with the house is definitely a plumbing problem. There's definitely a roof issue with, going over the garage. See if we can have a look at it from here. But it doesn't look like it's for the whole house. So that's good news if you're interested in the property. So here we go. It's going out here. Let's see if we can look at that roof next. Get a good view of it. Oh yeah, look at that. There you go. You can see it's all tarped up. So that would have to all be redone. It's definitely something you would want to consider. So that's the house. Let's go on downstairs and let's kind of talk about what we saw here. All right, so we walked on through this house, and you got to remember with foreclosures here in Texas, these are as-is sales, and depending on the bank, they're going to send you, a 1 or 2 page addendum, or in Fannie Mae's case, it's almost 20 pages sometimes. So it's important for you to have an experienced agent who can go through that, has seen those documents before. Man, I can't tell you how many agents who on properties that we represent a bank for just lose their mind on it. It's something that you can be walked through. When you're going into this process, you just got to understand that, hey, this is a as-is sale. We're not going to get any disclosures. We can depend on the listing agent to give us some information, but I wouldn't trust it. And you need to make sure you check everything. Like for here, we'd be getting plumbing inspections. We would be getting roof inspections. We would get a normal inspection. I didn't see any foundation cracks, so you don't have to really do that, but we can get that done for free. So there's no reason not to do it. They got it priced at $290, fair market value of this house, fully repaired. Man, I think you're probably looking at $325 in this community. So what that really kind of tells me is I think this home is probably overpriced for where it's at. You're talking about a 2,100 square foot home. If you're going to do a full remodel, we're getting quotes from construction guys for full remodels are at $45 a square foot, plus roof, plus electrical, plus AC, plus plumbing. Okay? So if you're looking at that and you're going to redo this whole house, you're probably looking at, $80,000 if you're going to gut everything out. If you're not, I would say looking at this house, just ballpark it. You're going to be redoing all the sheetrock. I'm assuming the HVAC is going to be okay. You got to repair back there in the roof. The plumbing, at least since it's exposed, it should be easy to fix once you find where the problem is. I would be saying you're going to be doing $40,000 worth of work on this house. And that's where you got to really consider. If you're at $290 plus closing costs, plus buyer's agent's commission, if that's what you have to pay now, plus $40,000, is this worth it to buy? It's a great community. It's a great place. And in fact, I remember this community when it first started, when I was originally an agent, 20 plus years ago. They were offering pools to people to come out here to buy. And now we're in the middle of everything. So, that's definitely something to consider. If you're looking to stay here for 5, 7, 10 years, yeah, come on out, have a look at it, maybe offer them a little less, but at least know what you're getting yourself into. This has been a great little home, great little surprise. I think it's a pretty solid deal for somebody if you can get it at the right price. So until next time on Foreclosure Friday, I'm Chad Joyce, and we'll see you later.